Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. It's Bari. I'm so excited to talk with you today about the biggest question that I get all the time. All the time. The most popular question is, and it's like, how can I meet low quality men online? And so what I want to talk to you about today is the mindset and a strategy about really how to meet high quality men online. So the first thing I want to ask you as we begin is what comes up for you when you think about online dating? Like, what's the first thing? Like, do you feel like, oh, I love it? Or do you feel like, ew, I hate online dating. I hate it. I'd rather meet men organically, right? Is that what comes up for you? Okay. So again, you're in good company, but I want you to know is I want to deal today in facts and reality, so that you really can get out of this cycle and these patterns and the love-hate relationship with online dating. So the first thing is, when it comes to meeting high-quality men online, the first thing I want you to know is that if you don't believe that it's possible, then guess what? It's not possible. It's not possible. Nothing is possible if we don't believe it. Now, if we're going to go around gathering evidence, then we have to have a different perspective, like, oh, I've met low quality men online. Okay, that's true. But here's what I want you to know, that just because we've been in this pattern and we're seeing this reality, could that be possible that great, healthy, inspiring men don't exist online? So I want you to know that of course they do. And starting today, I want you to have a new perspective around it. I want you to have a different perspective that if I exist, then amazing, marriage-minded, inspiring men do exist. Because is it possible that all of online dating is terrible and that men don't exist? Of course they do. So what we want to do is start to take a different perspective around it. Because here's the great thing about online dating. Online dating is it's really like a repository of people. So when people tell me I would rather meet organically, to that I say, well, how will that work? How organically? Like consistent organic. You're gonna sit in Starbucks all day and just wait around for single men to show up who share your religious values, who share your goals, who share your vision. You're going to just sit around and hope to meet people organically, or go to a bar or go to events. Now, there's a strategy definitely around that, but here's the thing. Wherever you go, there you are. So regardless, the mindset that you want to have is that I do believe it can't possibly be that healthy, wonderful, inspiring men don't exist. They do. So what we want to do is take a future-focused mindset that, okay, I'm going to draw the slate, I'm going to wipe the slate clean, and I'm going to look at the journey differently. Who is willing to look at the journey differently? That, again, it takes a different perspective to create something new than something you've had in the past. And what people say to me is that, oh, well, why do I meet low quality men? So I want to talk for a moment about what is low quality. First of all, if we're good, kind, loving, generous people, is it right to say that other people are low quality? That's not really a healthy perspective to take. So how about a different perspective? That I am meeting people who are misaligned. Like, maybe there are men out there who, are not looking for real connection. They're not looking for long-term love. They're not looking, they don't have empathy. They don't want that. So fine. But there are men who do want that. So a better question to ask is how do I find those people? And what is it about me and my own energy, if we look at the patterns of why is it that I keep attracting low quality people? Like, that's what you guys call it, low quality. But again, they're just not low quality, because remember, every human is someone's son, someone's child, someone's father, someone's brother. So let's change the paradigm about low quality. It's not that they're low quality. Again, we want to look at it differently. So the perspective I want you to take, again, is more self-reflective. Because a healthier perspective is saying, I'm going to look at my own patterns objectively, and then understand, like, what is it, again, about me that's attracting these wrong people? And if you're in a pattern, then you want to really take a high level look at that pattern instead of throwing out online dating. And so the truth is that we all have a vibration. We're vibrating high, we're vibrating low, we're confident, or we have fear, or we're afraid of abandonment, right? Whatever we are, we're all made up of energy. And you know what? That energy, and not to get woo-woo, but to be practical. You're smart, you're beautiful, you're successful, but you don't have love. You go online, it doesn't work out. You're meeting wrong people. Why? What is it? Is it not in the cards? Well, yes, it is in the cards. So when you take a different perspective, like, well, what's really going on under the surface of my energy? If you have trust issues, you want to be really honest about it. Who's willing to be really honest? If you have trust issues or fear of abandonment because of childhood or things that have happened to you, or men that have taken advantage of you, or you feel that all men want sex, right? So then we put up our walls, we have our guard up, and then it's out the window, because really when we have a fear of being hurt, a fear of abandonment, a fear of being used, unfortunately, we continue to attract those kinds of people that will use us, that will hurt us, that will abandon us. So with this new perspective that we're all creators and we're creating that reality of what we have, of what is coming at us, what we're seeing, then we can shift it. We can get to the root of it and make the real changes. Because the truth is nothing in life happens randomly. If we look at our situations when it comes to money, let's look at money. Sometimes we want to be wealthy, but we're not. We say, well, money doesn't grow on trees, or, I don't believe I can be wealthy. All of these beliefs create literally what we have. So by taking ownership, and that's what I speak a lot about when it comes to vulnerability. Vulnerability is when we are so aligned and congruent within ourselves to literally invite in, magnetize in a different kinds of a person who is what is high quality. They're emotionally available. They have empathy. They have a desire to share a life and a vision with a partner, right? But let's be real about it. Not from a place of shame or a make wrong. God forbid. This is not about that. This is about my own readiness to bring in, to attract on all levels, thought, speech, and action, a man, a partner who is aligned with me and my my vision. And you know what? You cannot fake energy. You can't fake real fears with I'm a good person or the distractions around how we live our lives, saying, I don't need it. I don't need love. I don't need a man. I would like it. If it happens, it'll happen, but nothing happens with that perspective. So really what I'm saying is I want you to do a 180 about your love life. And I want you to think about, what is it that are my real fears? What are my real challenges about love? What am I afraid of? And when you look at what you're afraid of, then you can start to objectively notice what is coming at you. If not, we're just going online and kind of wasting time and energy. And we're putting success on something external. And it's not. Success is always self-created. We have a belief, we have steps, we have actions, we are future focused, we're creating. And that really does say something. And in my experience, myself, of dating wrong men, choosing wrong men, emotionally unavailable men, over and over and over and over again, for many, many years, I learned that it really was me attracting those men. Because once I made these changes that I'm talking to you about taking real ownership of your love life, taking ownership of your own experience, getting super clear about yourself and your needs and what you really want, everything changes. So for me, I can tell you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stories of success shifting from low quality, emotionally unavailable men to women and men marrying their soulmates and creating conscious love. Again, it has everything to do with us. For me, I dated in Boca Raton for all those years in a way I thought was right, attracting these people. But on the other side of making the changes that needed to happen within me to get into alignment, having clear language, having strong self-worth, no longer distracting all the time, and having my value be rooted in hard work. All of that, did not allow me. But once I made those changes, then literally in the same town, Boca Raton, Florida, right? I made those changes, and literally I had a plan, I had a strategy, I was aligned in my mindset, and that was when I started meeting amazing, marriage-minded, empathetic, growing men. And guess what? They were there the whole damn time. The whole time. So it was really the same town, but a different experience of myself. So when we grow up hearing stories about, oh, you don't need a man, or men will take advantage of you, and you start looking at patterns, then you start to see with different lens about, oh my God, and you have to do that. You have to step out of conventional wisdom and conventional understanding of yourself, of men, and then everything changes. And in my experience, the women and men who shift into meeting amazing, yummy, wonderful, empathetic men online and offline, they have made a powerful decision about themselves and what they want. And they want to break a generational cycle, break this pattern of opening up to receiving sweet, conscious love But let's face it, when we don't learn love, how can we be love? And there's a big distinction with being a good person and being a warm person and a spiritual person and being in alignment. Because if we're not in alignment, then we're attracting what we don't want. So you get to make a decision. Do I want a different way? Do I want to say the truth? Yeah, I do want to meet one of those amazing men. I want to break out of my patterns. And if you do, you can make that happen. Because it's not superficial, because we've all prayed about it. We've all meditated on it. We don't want to do that. We want to get into congruence and heal the past, not analyze the past, but really heal it and get into a mindset of being able to receive. Because when you can truly receive, because your heart is open and you're vulnerable and you're clear and your vision is mapped out and you have the skills to make that invitation, then you're at a whole different vibrational level. You're at a whole different level of being success-oriented. And you can do that. Look, I can tell you so many stories. I'm married now 18 years to my soulmate because I finally got sick of it. I got sick of the negativity, and I got sick of what I was doing and creating every single time. And the decisions I made that were so shitty for myself, where I lost time, I lost my fertility, my best years, right? But what I discovered is that my best years were really waiting for me on the other side of deciding and not repelling love and taking a much higher perspective of ownership. And that is what I want to leave you with. The idea that you can create the love life that you really do want. But it always begins with us. It's not an outside job. It never is. To create anything healthy, we have to take ownership of what we're going to do and who we're going to be. And guess what? It's a learnable skill, which is so exciting. But to raise your hand and say, I want to learn it, is really smart, is really clear, is really vulnerable. It's saying my prayers can be answered. They can be answered by making new choices and new decisions and stepping into a whole new, beautiful, loving, aligned paradigm. So that's my message for you today. Who's willing to get real and vulnerable about your love life? That I want it to be different. Because the smartest people in the world are really in creator mindset. They're like, they have mentors that are way ahead of them. They have a beginner's mindset, and they're really ready to make stuff happen. So I'm here every Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern with another teaching that is out of the box about love. So let's not talk about low quality and instead shift into inviting in the kind of men and partners that you do want. All right, guys, so I will see you next Wednesday, same time. If you like this, please share with your friends. It's hard-hitting. It's really straight talk. And if you have questions about it, be sure to share them in the comments below, what you noticed about this, and any other questions that you have about online dating, about creating a healthy, conscious relationship with a partner. All right, see you guys soon.